It's never easy, and it's never been easy. Female genital mutilation is a horrific and pervasive issue affecting millions of women worldwide, and every woman in some parts of the world has been subjected to it. This cruel practice stretches across hundreds of countries. Imagine if I opened my hand. Its reach would stretch as far as this issue does. Or think about living without a heart for 555 days. Would you dare to run, play sports, or live life fully? While this may sound like the plot of a horror movie, these are the real, heartbreaking stories of Black celebrities. Are you ready for these strange tales? Brace yourself, because the bizarre and shocking experiences involving their bodies will astonish you. Joseph Williams is not only a talented DJ, but also a powerful symbol of resilience. Born without a lower jaw due to otofacial syndrome, his life has been filled with constant challenges. Despite relying on a feeding tube and communicating through sign language, Joseph has never allowed his condition to limit him. Instead, he transformed these obstacles into motivation, showing the world that music isn't solely about the voice. It's about a heart that knows how to listen. Through his perseverance and passion for music, Joseph has proved that true artistry comes from within, and that determination can break through any barrier. As a child, Joseph often felt like an outsider in a world where appearance seemed to define a person's worth. The stares and whispers behind his back stung deeply, and he struggled to find his place. One day, at a school event, Joseph tried to join a group of kids listening to music, only for a boy to mock him, saying, "What are you doing here? Music isn't for those who can't sing or speak." Rather than letting this cruel comment defeat him, it ignited a fire within him. Music doesn't need a voice, it needs a soul, he reminded himself. This newfound resolve fueled his determination, pushing him to prove that music is more than just sound. It's about passion, feeling, and connection. Today, Joseph Williams is a renowned DJ, celebrated not only for his immense talent, but also for his inspiring journey. One day, a girl reached out to him, sharing that she had once been ashamed of the large scar on her neck. After hearing Joseph's story, she found the courage to pursue her dream of becoming an actress. Joseph's resilience and unwavering love for his craft have shown the world that no matter the challenges faced, courage and passion can turn any dream into reality. His journey has become a beacon of hope for those who feel different or limited by their circumstances. A beautiful model, famous all over the world for her perfect body and confident steps on the catwalk. However, behind this glamorous appearance lies a painful story that few can imagine. Waris Dirie, an African woman, has endured a brutal procedure that most people cannot imagine: genital mutilation, a ritual that not only violates the body, but also breaks the spirit of many girls in impoverished areas. When I was 5 years old, my mother forced me to undergo genital mutilation, a tradition considered unbreakable for Somali girls to ensure they remain virgins until marriage. It feels like someone is cutting your flesh or chopping off your arm. The pain is indescribable because it is the most sensitive part of a woman's body, Waris recalls with a shudder. What is truly remarkable about Waris Dirie is that she refused to let the scars of her past define her in the most tragic way. She escaped the oppressive environment of her impoverished life and moved to London, where she reinvented herself as a supermodel. Yet, behind the glamour and success, she carried a deep psychological wound. As she entered the dazzling world of fashion, Waris made a powerful decision. It was time to stop hiding and speak out about the brutal tradition that had been forced upon her. She knew that if she didn't share her story, no one else would. Waris began openly recounting her painful experiences, not only shocking the media but inspiring millions of women around the world to confront these cruel practices. But she didn't stop there. She became a fierce advocate against female genital mutilation, organizing campaigns and working to convince mothers to protect their daughters from this dark tradition. One of the most touching moments came when a young girl in a poor African village was spared from the procedure thanks to Waris's bravery. The girl's mother decided against subjecting her to mutilation, and the girl later became a doctor. Waris didn't just save one girl, she sparked hope for countless others. Waris proudly says, "My scar is not just pain, it is a flame of revolution. I don't live to hide it, I live to turn it into hope for others." Through her courage, she has transformed her pain into a beacon of hope and change for millions of girls and women around the world. A woman with skin as dark as velvet enters a cafe in Paris. The light inside doesn't dull her unique complexion, but enhances its brilliance, like a vivid oil painting. This is Khoudia Diop, the woman with the darkest skin in the world and an international supermodel who has turned her striking appearance into a powerful statement, challenging conventional beauty standards. However, few know the deep pain and struggles behind her stunning exterior. Growing up in Sago, Khoudia was subjected to cruel nicknames like the Darkness, the Black Hole, and even the Devil. Every time she stepped outside, she faced mockery and ridicule, not just from strangers but from both friends and adults. Her dark skin became the target of heartless jokes. One man once told her, "Your skin looks like it's never seen the sun." These hurtful words haunted her throughout a childhood filled with tears. All she longed for was to escape, to find a place where she wouldn't be judged for something she couldn't change. At 17, Khoudia left her hometown for France, hoping to escape the ridicule and find a place where she wouldn't be judged. But in this foreign country, she still felt isolated. Her dark skin continued to attract stares, and her loneliness grew. One day, while sitting alone in a park, crying, a man approached her. He was a fashion photographer. "Your skin is beautiful. I've never seen anyone like you," he said. Initially, Khoudia thought he was mocking her, but the photographer patiently explained that she had a unique beauty and invited her to a photo shoot. Khoudia's first photos quickly went viral on social media. She became the melanin goddess, but this time the stares were different. No longer was her skin a target for mockery. It became a symbol of beauty and diversity. The fashion industry, once blind to her beauty, now welcomed her with open arms. Khoudia Diop's rise to international superstardom was not just a personal victory, but a victory for breaking down the world's narrow perceptions of beauty. Her skin, once rejected, had become a powerful force, transforming her into an icon who redefined the industry's standards. Later, at a fashion show in New York, Khoudia met a young black girl waiting backstage. The girl nervously handed Khoudia a hand-drawn picture depicting her as a goddess. "You're the reason I no longer hate my skin," the girl said, tears shimmering in her eyes. Khoudia knelt down, took the girl's hand, and said, "This skin is not just mine. It's yours. It's ours. Never let anyone tell you it's not beautiful." From a girl once ridiculed as the Darkness, Khoudia Diop transformed darkness into light, igniting hope for anyone who has ever been marginalized because of their differences. Mahogany Geter walks confidently down the runway, her large legs, a result of lymphedema, standing out in contrast to her graceful figure and ideal height. The stage lights not only illuminate her striking beauty, but also draw attention to an inspiring journey of strength and determination. As a child, Mahogany faced not only the physical pain of her condition, but also relentless mental torment. Her left leg, swollen due to lymphedema, became the subject of mockery, with cruel nicknames like one-legged monster and elephant leg following her every step. Despite the ridicule, Mahogany refused to let these labels define her, embracing her uniqueness and emerging as a symbol of confidence, proving that beauty and strength can be found in embracing what makes us different. Once, during a field trip, a boy mocked Mahogany, saying, "Look, one leg playing soccer, the other acting as the goalpost." The laughter from the group of friends made her lower her head, tears streaming down her face. But what she couldn't have known then was that those very legs she once despised would, years later, become her signature feature and her ticket to the spotlight. At 18, Mahogany walked the streets, trying to avoid the curious stares of passers-by. That was when a photographer crossed her path and said, "I've never seen anyone like you. You're truly special." Those words were the catalyst for change. Mahogany agreed to let him take a few photos, and soon those pictures spread across social media, not as a joke, but as a celebration of her strength, beauty, and confidence. Her legs, once a source of shame, had transformed into a symbol of uniqueness, and Mahogany Geter was embraced by the world for her courage and individuality. Mahogany soon began receiving invitations from major fashion brands, but her ambitions went far beyond fame. She chose to use her newfound platform to raise awareness about lymphedema and offer support to others battling the condition. At a community event, a young boy with lymphedema asked her, "Do you ever wish you didn't have these legs?" Mahogany smiled, knelt down, and placed her hand gently on his shoulder. "There was a time when I hated them, but now I know these legs don't make me weak. They make me strong. You will be strong too." Those once stigmatized legs had transformed into more than just a unique physical feature. They became a powerful symbol of resilience, strength, and the ability to rise above adversity. With confidence, Mahogany walked the world's runway, not just as a model, but as an inspiration, teaching others to embrace their differences and turn challenges into triumphs. Denzel Washington, a Hollywood icon, is celebrated not only for his acting talent, but also for a unique feature, his thumb, which bends at a 45-degree angle. While this physical trait was a source of mockery during his younger years, particularly on the basketball court, Denzel turned those teasing remarks into motivation. Instead of allowing his crooked thumb to be a symbol of self-doubt, he used it to fuel his drive and determination. As he transitioned into his acting career, Denzel embraced his thumb, incorporating it into his intense, memorable scenes. Over time, what was once a source of frustration became a powerful symbol of resilience, proving that imperfections could be transformed into defining strengths. When accepting his Oscar, Denzel shared, "They said this crooked thumb would hold me back, but it reminds me that it's not about how you look, but how you use what you have to succeed." The bent thumb is not just a physical flaw, but a testament to self-acceptance and turning flaws into strengths. Denzel has proven that overcoming limitations, whether in appearance or challenges, can lead to success and respect. Damon Wayans, a comedy icon, is not only known for his immense talent, but also for his naturally bow-legged stance, a feature that stands out in unexpected ways. Growing up in a tough neighborhood where street football games on uneven roads kept him sidelined, Damon faced relentless teasing about his crooked legs. Rather than letting the mockery affect him, he turned to humor as a defense. Each time he was teased, he didn't respond with anger. Instead, he cracked jokes that had his friends laughing uncontrollably. Over time, the focus shifted from his legs to his sharp wit and humor. The teasing stopped, and Damon became known not for his physical traits, but for his incredible ability to make people laugh, proving that confidence and humor could turn any perceived flaw into a source of strength. As an adult, Damon Wayans refused to let his bow-legged stance hold him back in his comedy career. During one performance, he accidentally stumbled into the crowd, causing the room to fall silent. But instead of feeling embarrassed, Damon quickly bounced back and quipped, "Look, I don't just make people laugh, I bring the show right to your seats." The room erupted with laughter. What was once his biggest insecurity, the bow-legged stance, had transformed into a unique feature that set him apart. Damon's legs became part of his comedic charm, and he didn't just entertain, he inspired others facing their own challenges. When asked if his legs had ever affected his career, Damon confidently replied, "These legs don't just support me. They keep me steady when the world tries to bring me down." His resilience and ability to embrace his differences became a testament to the power of turning challenges into triumphs. Stan Larkin was a healthy young man until the age of 16, when he suddenly collapsed during a basketball game. A diagnosis revealed that he had familial cardiomyopathy, a congenital heart condition that would force him to fight for his life. The idea of living without a natural heart seemed unimaginable, but Stan defied the odds. His journey became an extraordinary testament to endurance and resilience. When doctors informed him that his heart was beyond saving, the only option was a heart pump device the size of a backpack to serve as his artificial heart. Despite the challenges, this device kept him alive for 555 days. Living with it wasn't easy. The constant buzzing sound whenever he moved made Stan feel like an alien. But he refused to let it limit him. He continued playing basketball, running, and traveling, determined to live life fully. His friends and family were concerned, unsure how he could continue without a natural heart. But Stan stood firm, responding, "I don't have a natural heart, but I have the heart of a warrior." Every step he took, every basketball game he played with the device buzzing in his ears, was a powerful testament to his unbreakable spirit. After 555 days of perseverance, Stan Larkin finally received a heart from a donor. The moment of surgery was intense, but it ended with tears of joy as his new heart began to beat. Once fully recovered, Stan dedicated his life to inspiring others. He speaks not just about the medical marvels that kept him alive, but about the deeper meaning of life, that it's not what we have, but how we face challenges that truly define us. Stan Larkin's incredible journey proves that even without a natural heart, the courage, strength, and resilience, augmented by the power of technology, can keep us alive and thriving. His story continues to inspire, reminding us that no matter the obstacles, we all have the capacity to rise and keep moving forward. Caleb Mutambo, a young man from Africa, was born with sickle cell anemia, a condition that leaves him weak, fatigued, and in constant pain. Instead of succumbing to his frail body, Caleb turned his struggle into a powerful motivation to rise above it. However, his battle was not just against his illness. He also faced societal prejudice. When he began pursuing bodybuilding, people doubted him, mocking the idea that someone with his condition could ever lift weights or participate in regular sports. But Caleb didn't let their doubts define him. He started training in his small room, using whatever he had, water bottles, a wooden chair, bags of rice, as his equipment. Each day, despite the overwhelming pain and exhaustion, Caleb never gave up. "Weakness is not destiny, it's a choice," he often told himself, using his words as fuel. When competition day arrived, Caleb stood on stage, his physique not as large as his competitors, but his resilience was undeniable. The crowd fell silent, struck by the sheer determination in his every movement. Though he didn't win first place, Caleb was awarded a special recognition for his relentless fighting spirit. His story quickly spread, inspiring thousands of people. Caleb Mutambo proved that true strength doesn't come from the body alone, it comes from the heart, from the unyielding will to never give up, no matter the obstacles. He not only changed his own life, but also shifted the world's perception of strength, showing that victory is about perseverance, not perfection. Ben Underwood, a regular boy from Sacramento, California, faced an unimaginable challenge when a rare disease stole his sight at just 2 years old. But rather than succumbing to darkness, Ben discovered an extraordinary ability that allowed him to see the world in ways most people could only dream of, not through his eyes, but through echolocation. This remarkable skill, which even many blind individuals rarely master, became his unique way of navigating the world. By the age of 3, Ben had already started to realize his ability to use sound to identify objects around him. He didn't just hear noises, he used them to create a mental map of his surroundings. The sound of clapping, footsteps, or any other noise became cues for Ben's spatial awareness. Like bats using ultrasonic waves, Ben transformed those echoes into a 3D map in his mind, allowing him to see everything around him with astonishing precision. His ability to echolocate was nothing short of a superpower, showcasing an incredible display of human adaptation and resilience. After realizing his extraordinary ability, Ben not only learned to walk but also played basketball, rode a bike, and even played video games, all thanks to his echolocation skills. He practiced every day, using this gift to break through any barrier. Once, when asked if he was afraid of falling, Ben smiled and said, "Fear is instinct, but overcoming it is courage." His answer stunned and inspired everyone around him. However, in 2009, at just 16 years old, Ben faced a new challenge: cancer. Despite his immense courage, he was unable to overcome the disease, but his story lives on. He became a symbol of strength and resilience, showing that even in the darkest times, inner light can shine through. Ben proved that true light doesn't come from the eyes, but from the heart, and from an unbreakable will to never give up. His legacy continues to inspire those who face adversity. Troy James, a famous horror actor, is not the kind of person you would typically encounter in everyday life. With his supernatural flexibility, he can contort his body into eerie positions and movements that most people only dare to witness in horror films. But behind his unsettling talent lies a story of relentless practice and a life full of challenges. As a child, Troy endured strange nicknames from his peers, such as the Scorpion and the Pipe Guy. His extraordinary flexibility allowed his joints to rotate at angles others could hardly fathom, making him appear almost alien to those around him. Other kids kept their distance, but rather than letting this affect him, Troy turned his unique ability into a weapon. He made the decision to train not just to master his flexibility, but to control his body in ways that no one else could, transforming what was once a source of ridicule into a defining strength. One day, during an audition for the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Troy left the judges in shock with his contortion skills. His body seemed to stretch beyond limits, with joints moving at unbelievable angles and his movements resembling a monster from another world. Not only did he send chills down their spines, but he also conveyed fear with every motion, making it impossible for the audience to look away. However, every day, Troy still struggled with his own insecurities. The eerie roles he portrayed on screen often made him feel like he only belonged to the world of horror films, where oddities were accepted. But one day, during an interview, a fan shared their story. "I've been ridiculed my whole life for my small and frail body, but when I saw you, I realized that no one can define me but myself." That statement awakened Troy. He didn't need to change himself to fit into the world. His unique, quirky flexibility was what made him shine. Troy James is not just a horror actor. He is a symbol for those who have ever felt out of place in this world. Difference is not something to hide. but a strength to rise above all prejudice. Ralph Souffrant, a model from Haiti, revolutionized the way the world perceives beauty by proudly embracing his freckled face, a feature that many had once deemed a flaw. Growing up, Ralph endured ridicule and teasing, but as he matured, he learned to tune out the criticisms and chose to pursue a career in modeling. Rather than hiding his freckles, Ralph decided to embrace them, seeing them as an essential part of his identity. He firmly believed that true beauty comes from uniqueness, and when he won a modeling contest, it shattered traditional beauty standards. Through his victory, Ralph proved that beauty doesn't need to conform to conventional norms. It's about embracing differences, having confidence, and taking pride in who we are. His journey is a powerful reminder that self-acceptance is the key to true beauty. Today, Ralph Souffrant is not just a renowned model, but also a symbol for those with unique appearances. He has proven that true beauty doesn't reside in rigid physical standards, but in confidence and self-acceptance. Every time Ralph steps onto the runway with his freckled skin, it serves as a powerful statement that difference is not a flaw, but a precious gift. Ralph has sparked a revolution in the fashion industry, challenging the notion that beauty must fit a mold. Instead, he demonstrates that beauty is about embracing and celebrating the unique traits of each individual, proving that true beauty comes from being unapologetically yourself. Winnie Harlow has risen to prominence in the international fashion industry, not because of flawless skin or a conventional figure, but because of her bold individuality. Her radiant dark skin is adorned with white patches due to vitiligo, but instead of hiding these spots, Winnie has embraced them as a powerful asset, making them a defining feature on the runway. Few know that when she was young, Winnie faced uncomfortable stares and cruel teasing from her peers. They called her the strange bird and treated her as though she didn't belong. The white patches on her skin made her feel like an outsider, a peculiar creature that people wanted to avoid. At times, the scrutiny felt overwhelming, and Winnie considered hiding her differences. But over time, she stopped trying to erase the white patches and began to see them as an integral part of who she was. By embracing her uniqueness, Winnie transformed what once made her feel like an outsider into a symbol of confidence, showing the world that beauty is found in embracing our differences rather than conforming to societal standards. The words of her family echoed in her mind. If everyone were the same, we wouldn't be human anymore. We would just be replicas of each other. This perspective fueled Winnie Harlow's journey to turn insecurities into strength. When she entered the fashion industry, she refused to conform to conventional beauty standards. At one audition, she stood among models with smooth, even-toned skin, and curious, skeptical stares were cast her way. Despite a bit of doubt creeping into her heart, Winnie drew strength from her differences. Every white patch on her body became a symbol of her unique personality and irreplaceable individuality. After the audition, the room fell silent. Then, after a moment, the designer spoke, and his words changed Winnie's life forever. "You are a work of art. Sometimes beauty comes from imperfection. That's true beauty." With that affirmation, her life took a turn. Now, with a flourishing career, Winnie is not just a famous model, but also a beacon of inspiration for millions around the world. She has redefined beauty in the fashion industry, becoming a symbol of diversity, strength, and the empowering nature of embracing one's unique qualities. Usain Bolt, the world record holder for the 100m, 9.58 seconds, and 200m, 19.19 seconds, is the embodiment of speed. But his path to greatness wasn't always smooth. As a child, he wasn't the fastest in gym class. His long legs earned him the nickname the Stick, and his running style seemed awkward. with many doubting he could ever outrun others. Despite this, Usain refused to quit. He believed he was destined to run in a way no one had ever seen before. In high school, a coach saw the potential in Usain's running style and helped him harness the power of his long legs. With the coach's guidance, Usain triumphed in a small Jamaican competition and developed long, efficient strides that shattered national records. Usain Bolt went on to make international history with his 100m record of 9.58 seconds and 200m record of 19.19 seconds, proving the timeless strength of his abilities. What once seemed like a disadvantage, his long legs, became his greatest asset, propelling him to become the fastest man in the world. Usain's story sends a powerful message. No matter how different you are, embracing what makes you unique can lead to extraordinary achievements. Stephen Wiltshire, an artist with autism, is celebrated for his remarkable ability to recreate intricate landscapes from memory, making him a living legend. In 1987, he took part in an international art competition where he was tasked with drawing the entire city of London from memory. But Stephen's true marvel lies not just in his memory, but in how he transforms his world, one that many would find challenging, into something tangible and accessible. For him, drawing is more than creativity. It's a way to connect with the world in a way words cannot. His extraordinary talent symbolizes resilience and individuality, with every stroke of the brush telling a story that reveals a vibrant, beautiful world when viewed through his eyes, the eyes of a living camera. Mekhi Alante Lucky is someone truly unique, and it is this difference that has allowed him to rise above a dark past and build a bright future. With his striking eyes, one blue and one brown, Mekhi naturally attracts attention wherever he goes. But his story is not just about his appearance. It's about a life once consumed by poor choices and an extraordinary journey toward redemption. Born into a broken family, Mekhi found himself drawn into a world of bad decisions from an early age. His youth was marked by violence, crime, and street fights. After being arrested for his involvement in a brawl, Mekhi faced a prison sentence, and many around him doubted he would ever escape the destructive cycle he had fallen into. Yet despite the odds, Mekhi chose to turn his life around. Instead of succumbing to his past, he used his challenges as fuel for change, ultimately finding a new path toward success and self-discovery. Through sheer determination, he broke free from his past and built a career that celebrated his uniqueness, proving that redemption is possible no matter the struggles. But a miracle happened. While Mekhi sat in prison, looking out the window, he realized that life outside was still moving forward. His difficult experiences became the key to unlocking a brighter future. After being released, Mekhi had only one thing: the determination to rebuild his life. He joined a modeling class, ignoring the gossip about his unique eyes. In his first audition, he walked in with confidence, capturing the attention of the entire room. A month later, Mekhi was invited to model for an international brand, marking a turning point that would change his life forever. Mekhi not only became a star on the runway, but he also became a symbol of rebirth. His story proves that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise and shine. He is an inspiration to those who have lost their way, showing that his unique eyes are not just a physical imperfection, but a symbol of transformation, strength, and belief in a bright future. When Richard Sandrak, dubbed Little Hercules, first entered the gym, no one could believe that a 6-year-old could lift weights like an adult, his muscles bulging beneath his skin. The young boy immediately captured everyone's attention. However, the story behind Richard's impressive physique is shocking. He wasn't a natural athlete, but was trained under an incredibly strict regimen with no time for rest. Despite being able to lift twice his body weight, Richard missed out on the joys of childhood, freedom, and play, living instead under a rigid daily training schedule that kept him from enjoying life like other kids. One day, while training, Richard asked himself, "Am I truly happy?" The question hit him like a slap in the face. He realized that the constant pressure from his father and coach had robbed him of much more than just his childhood, his freedom, happiness, and connection to the world. Richard chose to walk away from competitive sports, seeking joy in the simple pleasures that every child deserves. He discovered that true strength isn't just physical, but comes from the heart. Richard's journey teaches us that real strength lies in self-awareness and living a fulfilling life, balancing big dreams with true happiness. Zion Clark was born without legs due to spinal syndrome, and no one could have predicted that he would become a legend in wrestling. From day one, Zion faced challenges beyond imagination. As a child, he often felt disconnected, watching other kids run, jump, and play, while he could only observe from the sidelines. In gym class, Zion felt like an outsider, but everything changed when, at 12 years old, he watched a wrestling match on TV. Though he had never considered the sport before, the excitement of the match sparked a powerful thought in his mind. Why not? And with that, Zion's extraordinary journey began. Zion didn't have legs, but he possessed something no one could take away, an unyielding determination. Every day he trained tirelessly, facing challenges that only he could truly understand. Despite intense workouts and tough matches, he refused to be discouraged, even when friends and coaches doubted his abilities. Zion's singular goal was clear: to prove that nothing is impossible. The results followed. Zion didn't just compete in wrestling tournaments. He set world records, earning respect and admiration worldwide. He became a source of pride for his family and an inspiration for millions. Zion's story is a powerful reminder that no matter how tough the road, determination and self-belief can overcome any obstacle. Lizzie Velasquez, a woman of incredible strength and determination, has become an inspiration to millions worldwide. Born with a rare condition that prevents her body from storing fat, Lizzie faced not only physical challenges, but also societal prejudices and mockery. From a young age, she endured cruel comments, with some even calling her the world's ugliest woman. Rather than letting these hurtful words define her, Lizzie used them as motivation to rise above. She became a motivational speaker, sharing her story and delivering a powerful message of self-confidence and self-love. Lizzie Velasquez is not only a survivor of a rare disease, but also a model of positive change. She courageously faced challenges and affirmed that true beauty lies not in appearance, but in how each person confronts life and their obstacles. Lizzie has spread the message of self-love and self-acceptance, encouraging others not to let prejudice diminish their self-worth. Her story is proof of the hidden strength within each of us, showing that when we dare to overcome adversity, we can live a confident and meaningful life. What do you think about these extraordinary individuals? They are not only famous for their unique physical traits, but also for their incredible resilience. They have overcome daunting challenges to achieve extraordinary accomplishments. Each of their stories carries a powerful message. Difference is not a weakness, but a hidden strength. Are you surprised by these unique features? Feel free to share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to discover more fascinating stories about extraordinary individuals.